Jürgen, good to see you again. Almost a repeat of last week. Yet another Premier League manager has unfortunately lost his job. Do you feel a little bit for Marco Silva, and did you get the chance to talk to him after the game, and do you feel he's been a bit unlucky in that regard?
Oh yes, for sure. I feel for him. Look, since I'm in England, it's Everton is how we all know, and you know it better than I do. It's a very, very ambitious club, so big history and all that stuff. And then there's on one club was in the same city, which has obviously a slightly positive development, and you try to catch up with that, not only with that, but improve your own situation, and that's for the manager always difficult. We said, when I came in, I said, first and foremost, we have to make sure that we don't carry our history as a backpack anymore, and for that we needed positive signs, and that's a bit of a problem, I think. But it was for each manager so far since I'm in, was at Everton really tricky, really difficult, and for Marco, who is 100% an outstanding coach and manager, was how it looks now too tricky as well. So that's the situation, and it's not, for sure, not his fault alone. Everybody knows that, but that's even all Evertonians know that. But they thought they needed change, and so it's really, that's the situation. That's a position of a coach, of a manager, and we all accept that in the moment when we choose the job, and so that's it pretty much. But we had no real chance to talk after the game. Before the game, a few words. After the game, directly a few words. But nothing else.
Okay, looking ahead to Bournemouth on Saturday. Those changes you made on Wednesday, there were a few eyebrows raised at first from many when the team sheet dropped. Does this really just prove to everybody how you're all working together as a squad and how together you are, and very much believing in each other, and the belief that they have in you as well?
Well,
to the outsiders.
Yeah. That was a really good team which we sent on a pitch, to be honest. So I was not 1 second in doubt about the quality of the players, but of course you cannot be sure if you don't play week in, week out with the same group of players together, like that, how it will be, timing-wise, rhythm-wise. Shape-wise, I was pretty sure, because that's what the boys showed in training, and these boys which came on, they have a lot of training, even a busy schedule, because we have the starting lineup, which plays most of the time, but we don't train really. We play the game, we recover, we have a -1 session, set piece, stuff like that, and play again. But the other guys, they have done 2 sessions in between these games. So, and in these sessions, I could see that they are all in a really good shape. That was the main reason for making the changes. Apart from that, we had to do it anyway, because of the situation we are all in, because of busy schedule. So, it's of course then it's. You never know 100%, and I was really, really happy and pleased with the way the boys showed up. That was a very important sign, a massive sign for us. But it was for 1 game, and now we have to show it again tomorrow. And we have to see who we can use in that, especially in these 3 days between 2 games. So Wednesday, Saturday, that's always a massive challenge, and we have to be sensible and sensitive in the same moment with the decision making about the lineup, because Bournemouth will be really demanding. They will ask for everything. So we have to be really spot on, intense, all that stuff. They are not happy with their situation, so we need a good intensity in that game again. And so that's what we try to make sure with the lineup. But then still the boys have to do the job, and hopefully they can do it.
As you know by now, Jürgen, we love football in England at Christmas time.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to be top of the tree at Christmas, wouldn't it? If you win at Bournemouth on Saturday, you will be top at Christmas, guaranteed. I don't suppose you'll be worried by the fact that only 3 times in the last 10 years, the club that have been top at Christmas, who haven't gone on to win the title, is Liverpool. It's about time you put that right.
I think I'm I told you often enough, and can tell you again that I'm really not interested in these kind of numbers, stats, whatever, this kind of history. But that's part of the deal. When you are in a good position, then there are a lot of people who celebrate already. There's a lot of people who worry still, and a lot of people who hope that you will still fail. So that's it. I don't listen to either of them, to be honest. So I'm completely fine. We wanna try to win in Bournemouth. What that means for Christmas, I never thought about, and what the Christmas tree, being top of the Christmas tree, means I never thought about. So it's not really interesting. We know that we are in a really, really difficult situation with the games coming up. We know that, but we accepted it long ago. But now we have to deal with it, and we are really positive in this moment. But we have to, we need to be lucky with the players, that they stay fit and that they stay healthy and all that stuff. So many things. I think in your private area, a lot of people are ill, stuff like this. Yeah, there's the first cup, so immediately on point. And so these are all things, they worry us much more than who will be first and what it means at Christmas. It's really the next game, and the next game is tomorrow, and the last game was 2 days ago. So that's our situation, and that's what we face, and that's what we do with all positivity we can pull together.
Well, happy Christmas anyway.
Not yet.
Jürgen, hi. Sadio Mane has been nominated for the Premier League Player of the Month. Lionel Messi, speaking recently, said it's a shame that he finished fourth in the Ballon d'Or and not higher. Do you think Mane is underappreciated in the world of football?
Yeah, internally, of course not, but in the world, I'm not sure. So look, the first three in the Ballon d'Or was then Messi, Van Dijk, Cristiano, and then Sadio. That's a nice row anyway. So having two players there shows, and a lot coming a bit. What was Mo was fifth, I think. Yeah, who was seventh? Another player was not. Ali, right? So we obviously played a good season, and that's what they had to respect, and what they obviously did. Yes, Sadio is in an incredible shape, incredible. It was always, since the first day since he's in, he was an incredibly important player. I think I can still remember his first goal, if it was the Arsenal goal. Running down the line, actually cutting inside, and then with the next step with the left foot in the far corner. So that was an incredible goal, and I can still remember it with all the other goals he scored since then. He made each year big steps, yes, and he's in a very good way. And it's probably, I saw after somebody showed me that Baresi was really positive about Virgil van Dijk, one of the biggest defenders I can imagine. If that's kind of being crowned by the king, and for offensive players, that's then maybe when Messi says something like this. And Sadio, especially in the game against Barcelona here at home, he was quite impressive. It looks like we have three of him on the pitch, and he kept that shape. That's really good. If he stays healthy, he will have an incredible career in front of him, and I think he can climb in that table Ballon d'Or wise, but then some other people make the decisions. Not even Lionel Messi can decide that, but he's in a very, very good way, and I'm really happy for him.
Two more big goals the other night for Divock Origi. We know how much the fans love him. Yeah. Could you just give us an insight into the improvements that he's made over the past year, and how big a player can he be in this Christmas period for you?
Yeah, Div is unbelievably important for us. So it's what's really nice is I was really happy that Mr. Martinez was in the stadium, because he could see his qualities. Because when he goes to the national team, he never plays a second. So that's always interesting when he's coming back in no game actually. So it was good that he saw that. We knew it before, but Div needs a good feeling, needs to be in a confident mood, and then everybody knows what he's able to do. If you compare him with other players in our squad, then they're all different. They have all different qualities, and very often we used other three players up front, but Div was always so important for us. And then it's really nice that he can show his importance as well in a game like this, which was obviously very important for all of us. And scoring these kind of goals showed up, so that it was extra class. That was exceptional. Both goals, the run. At the end, it looks easy. The first goal, it was a sensational pass from Sadio, of course, but making these 2 steps between the centre halves and the goalie that's what a striker has to do, actually, to see that opportunity and then use it. So at the end, it was not the most difficult finish, but still a job to do. And the other one was just a world-class goal. I don't see that often. It was a good ball from Dejan, but not easy to control, I would say. And that shows then his technical abilities. Shooting, he scored goals for us from all different angles, coming from the right wing inside, left wing, cutting inside, shooting along in a far corner. So all different kind of goals, yeah. Again, and as well, really, really happy for him. And now probably we speak about Chuck, do we? And then we can speak about Adam.
When you look at it, with Shaq, I suppose it's been a frustrating time for him. How does he now build on that performance in the Merseyside derby? Because obviously you're the guy responsible for giving the players who don't obviously feature regularly that important game time. How do they? And the flip side, I suppose, the players who do play regularly, week in, week out, do they get frustrated when they're not selected to play and they're rested? Do they see that as a rest?
To can deal with a situation like we have, not only we have, all football teams have in England, in this moment you need a smart squad. People with half a brain at least, best way will be a full brain, because I cannot explain things properly all the time. They have to understand it without telling them. So let me say it like this, it's like, thank God we have that. That makes my life much easier, because Shaq was injured twice with the same injury, re-injured a little bit, and then that took time, and then coming back, it takes time, and then there's a situation that a team is winning pretty much all the games, and then it's not, if you didn't get frustrated that you don't play, that's not smart, because that's how it is in football. You have then to work for the moment when you come on the pitch, and I don't expect perfection in the moment when you come on the pitch, but I expect the desire to show that you are good enough, and they all did that, and Chuck did that especially now, and he was completely fine before. He was in a really good mood, in a really good shape, and then coming on, that's the situation where you can deliver a performance like this. Same for all the others, and so on. Yeah, if my team would not be smart, then we have the problem that other players get frustrated when they don't play the derby, but nobody was that, so that's how it is. Yeah, it's not that complicated. You need just players who think about the situation, understand the situation, because I don't make decisions out of the blue. It's not that I think, oh, today him and then him. Unfortunately, my life is not that funny, so there are always reasons for my decisions, and as long as you try to understand them, you can understand them, and the boys understand them, and that's the situation now. And from now on, we play, how I said, yesterday when I went home, I had an idea for a lineup, and you come in this morning and you hear the little things. He struggles here a little bit, there a little bit. No real concerns, but enough to think about if you really should do it, and stuff like this. So you start new if you want, and that will be now. That will be for the Salzburg game. That will be for the Watford game. That will be for the 2 games in Qatar. That will be for Leicester. Wolves, whatever is coming up, that's how it is from now on. And there's no time for rest. Think about the situation, but still we have to try to give the players a rest here and there, and all the others have to perform.
Yeah, again, slightly on the same point, because I think in the month of December last year you made 30 changes. A lot of matches, you've got even more matches this time round. How much will the success of last year and the season overall worked out really well? How much does that sort of feed into what you will do this year? And is that a sort of, will you use the same sort of template as that?
I don't know. So it was not a plan last year to make 30 changes. It wasn't. I'm not sure if that was the most or whatever in the Premier League in that period. I have no clue actually. But it's the time where you have to make changes. That's clear. It's not a specific number. It's just the need of the situation, and that's what we will do 100%. And I know when you are a football supporter, then you want to play in your mind best 11 all the time. Clear, but it's not FIFA or whatever PlayStation where they don't need a rest. Obviously, I don't know how if they need a rest at a PlayStation. I have no clue, but it's just how it is. We have to do these kind of changes, and we will do. That's clear. As long as the boys give me the opportunity, we will do it. And it looks like we can do it in the moment. But how I said, it was not. We made 5 changes for the last game, and that was exactly the adult squad we had. So we have kids in behind, very good kids. Really enjoy working together with them. But if somebody is out for tomorrow of the squad of yesterday, the next one will be really young. So good, all okay. We wanted to have the situation, and now we have it, and now let's use it.
And when you've got this really hectic schedule, how do you keep things ticking over in training? Because obviously, you can't train the players with the same intensity that you would do when there are less matches, but you've got to try and keep it as interesting as you can and still try and stretch them.
We don't create Phantasialand or whatever. We just do the right things. And again, the squad is quite experienced in that department, so we know that situation. We have to do the necessary things first and foremost. We have to respect all the qualities of the other opponents. They're all different. The situation of the other opponents. So we try to prepare the boys as good as possible. But it's not that we can do exciting sessions a lot. But yesterday we had the players who were not involved in the starting lineup for the last game, so we had a session which I would have loved to be part of if I would be still a player. So and of course we do that, but the guys who played, they had yesterday recovery, and today -1 means prepare them for the specific tactical needs of Bournemouth, prepare them for the set pieces they have, do our own set pieces, and that in a pretty short period because of the physical aspect, and that's it. And then the main session, most exciting session, is tomorrow, the game. I saw you already.
It's December. These press conferences sort of change up a bit.
Yeah, you keep it exciting for me. That's nice.
You say you came in this morning and you heard some concerns about players. Are we talking about this weekend? Are we going to be likely missing anybody this weekend then? Or?
In the moment, no. It looks okay. But it's like somebody wakes up and feels a little bit here and there, and then I need to know that. When I know that, then I have to deal with that information. Nobody's ruled out yet. So that's good. But it's still 3 hours until we train. So there's still a bit of time. But that's it. No, it should be. This moment, they all should be fine.
And your squad for the Club World Cup was named this week, or confirmed this week. And obviously it's a full-strength squad. I was wondering how much thought went into that, and whether there was ever any consideration about splitting it, because obviously you got the Carabao Cup game as well, or whether it was already decided that would be a younger team, youth team.
We had to do it like this. So I think it's a really nice opportunity. It's a really nice opportunity for the younger players to face that. I know that everybody thinks no chance, but football is a wonderful game, and you can, not sure if you know that, if you say it like this in England, but if you grow above yourself, like make the next step and enjoy the challenge, and I would love to be part of that game, to be honest, and I hope all the boys and Critch and the coaching staff enjoy it as well. So whatever happens, I'm responsible even for that game not being there. So they have no pressure. They just should fight for each inch on the pitch and enjoy themselves. They are playing in a wonderful stadium, one of the best in England for sure. Great atmosphere, stuff like that. Go there and make your maybe not first, but second and third and fourth steps in the professional world of football, and so that's really nice. And for us, there was absolutely no chance to do it differently. In the moment when it was clear when it will be played, and all the other dates were absolutely not possible for us to play it later or whatever. There was not one date which was really would have worked at all, because Aston Villa as well, difficult, and then there's rematches, possible rematches in the FA Cup and stuff like this, so it would have been mad as well. So I said, the situation is like it is, but at the end we will not suffer because of that. That's not possible. We won the game against Arsenal, a very exciting game, I loved it, and in that moment was clear, now we have to find a solution. That solution will not be perfect, but we try to make it as perfect as possible. So we go with a specific squad to Qatar, try there our best, and the other ones will play here. And if somebody thought I should have done it differently, yeah, I cannot change that.
Did you consider splitting squad?
Not at all. No, second. No.
Okay, last couple, Chris. Anything from you?
Jürgen can't play against you tomorrow, but how impressed have you been with Harry Wilson? On loan at Bournemouth, he scored 6 goals in the league already this season.
Oh, Harry. I'm happy, to be honest, that he cannot play against us. Each free kick is a proper threat. So, yeah, but we don't have a doubt about Harry's shooting abilities, his skills in that part of the game. It's incredible, world class for sure. But Harry is at Bournemouth to improve all the rest of its game as well. So being involved, being decisive, being between the lines, using his speed and all that stuff, and he makes big steps there. So that's really important. And they're now not in the best run, but even there he scored 2 goals. The game before the last game, and nice goals as well. Not important enough at the end because they still lost, but he kept the game going, and so yeah, good, absolutely good.
Richard, anything from you? No? Neil? Ben? Oh, okay. Thanks very much.
See you.